tables out, yeah, until we get that money. Do you want this left side too? I do think this is like, what's your good side?
Bro, go for it.
Well, no, dude, you're the eye catcher out here. You're the reason when people are scrolling and they see like the YouTube thumbnail, they're gonna see you and click on it. So how do we market you? What's your good side?
Why don't you relax, man?
What's the good side, dog? Right or left? That's all I need. I know you got a good side. Don't be playing games.
No, bro, I'll figure that stuff out as we go.
Alright, we'll do that. We'll do that in editing. Get over here.
Yeah, just flip the camera.
Yeah, that's actually, well, I guess it's still the same side of your face, but they won't know that.
You know what we need? We need a
table?
Like a table.
It is a little intimate without a table, huh?
I could place this on the ground.
Yeah, no, it is a little boony, but hey, maybe, with enough sponsors, we'll get a table for next episode.
Episode 2, showing off our sponsors.
Yeah. Alright, do you want to get started then?
Cool, yeah, welcome.
Yeah,
welcome to the Water in Time podcast.
The Water in Time podcast.
That's right, baby.
Get up our list here.
Hey, episode 1, special occasion.
Yeah, where are we right now? We're in Seattle.
Yeah, we're in Seattle. I moved into a studio. This is the crib.
Yeah.
It's very furnished. I like the style of furniture.
You can really tell from the echo.
Yeah, it's great.
How long have you been here now? Like 6 months?
This is 6 years actually.
Yeah, 6 years.
Just moved in.
No, you signed a lease, what, like a week or two ago?
Yeah, a week ago.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, just finalizing everything, but you know, in the next few weeks, this will be way better than how it is right now.
Yeah,
just like how this podcast is gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, it only can go up from here, literally. But yeah, so Water in Time podcast. I'm Will.
Yo, I'm Alan.
This is Alan. They also call Alan.
Yeah,
Water.
I go by Wada.
Wada, our boy. I'm Time out here.
What's the whole backstory? What is this Water in Time?
Yeah, where did it come from? The first thing I want to say before that is we're just gonna be doing some storytelling, and this is a great story. But that's kind of that's kind of what we're trying to hit. So yeah, we'll get into it. So I'm Time, but Water in Time comes from a Spartan race we were doing, where in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
With some homies. We did a Spartan race, which is where you have a competition of obstacles. I think we did a 10K.
Yeah, it
and
was a
25 obstacles, maybe.
25 obstacles.
A lot of thinking about monkey bars, rope climb. Any good obstacles that we did? The mud, going into the mud.
Yeah, having to swim under this mud wall. To go to the other side.
It was so disgusting. I threw my shoes out after that too. It was so gross.
You wore clothes that were not gonna live for more than a day.
Yeah. So we were in Nashville, and then as part of a day trip we did with the homies, is we went to Kentucky.
It's like a 3-hour drive or something.
What was it? Is it Mammoth Cave? It's not called Mammoth Cave.
Mammoth Cave sounds like somewhere in the Pacific Northwest.
It's a national park, but it's a cave in Kentucky.
Yeah.
But wait, that's what we were.
Edit this in.
Edit what in?
Yeah.
Oh, the name of it?
The name of
Dude,
it.
Nobody fucking cares the name. The point is, where does Water in Time come from? And we're in this huge cave
What
in
happened
Kentucky.
in the cave, man?
Yeah, we're in this huge cave in Kentucky, and there's a tour guide.
Yeah.
And you're walking this cave, and you see all these marks inside the cave, right? And everything. And we're like, oh, who caused these marks? Was it people? And this tour guide is like, no people, nothing man-made. It was just all water in time. Water in time. And we said that at least 300 times. Water in time.
Rolls off the tongue.
So
the fact that he was wearing a cowboy hat on the tour, like a ranger hat.
With his cowboy boots.
Yeah. Hands in his pocket, like ladies and gents.
Water in time. So it's like any problem you have. It's like, I'm not making enough money. Water in time.
That's literally all you need. You're struggling with life.
Survive,
get some more water.
And this time,
just get more time.
We should become therapists.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Cool.
What else? I think that's through our little intro part.
Yeah.
Well, what are our topics? Yeah, so we're a storytelling podcast. What are the stories today we're going to be diving into?
Yeah, one of them is going to be on the idea, just the whole recent events with over-tourism.
Yeah.
Over-tourism in Japan specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where to look. Do I look at you? Do I look
Dude,
at
yeah, you gotta give some attention to the camera, right?
Hey, that's something I'll be thinking about throughout. But
we
have some topics on just tourism in Japan in general.
Yeah.
We have some ideas of inflation related to video games. Real life concepts of economics show up in your popular video games.
Yeah, and there's like MMORPGs where you have lots of people, you have limited resources.
Yeah.
Or actually, in this case, it's actually kind of infinite, which causes an inflation issue.
Oh,
We'll discuss that later.
It's something to take away, so I hope that people here, you take away something.
Yeah, I think a little bit, right? That's kind of it. And then finally, I think we're actually going to start with it, is just how water and time came to be. So we've known each other for what, 10, 15 years?
I was actually looking this up, you know.
Wait, how are you looking
Modern Warfare 2, where we played a lot. That came out in 2009, and that was 16 years ago.
Oh!
I was looking this up because for some reason on my YouTube feed, I got MW2 videos popping up, and I just looked at the timestamp. 16 years ago?
Dude, that shit hits, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe like stun locked for maybe a minute, just reminiscing about all the moments and just that whole time period. From middle school, which is where I'm at.
Yeah, it was
high school on my Xbox.
I think did we play before Modern Warfare 2? We were both playing Xbox. We had a mutual friend when I went to high school, right? And through that, we were in the Xbox lobby together. We were always chatting. I think it was mainly Modern Warfare 2. Did we play any games? It wasn't COD 4, right?
There was Modern Warfare 3, some Black Ops.
Yeah, we played Black Ops Zombies probably.
But I remember I got Xbox Live when Black Ops 1 came out. So that was after.
And then did we go back to Modern Warfare 2? No, did we go back?
Yeah, the game was still popular.
Yeah, that was the time.
Yeah, that was the time, and eventually someone said, "Hey, let's meet up somewhere."
Yeah, we'll add a little water in there, and then we're good to go.
A few time passes by. I say, "Hey, I need some help burning some games onto my disk."
Oh yeah, that's what happened. That's right. So we're chatting. Like we never really met up, right? We went to different high schools. We're chatting, and then I used to have a service on Craigslist actually, which is crazy. But I would hack people's Xbox, like their DVD drives. So you could burn your own games and play them. So usually an Xbox game back then was $60. For us as high schoolers, that was so pricey. And so, I mean, even now it's kind of pricey.
No, but like as a high schooler in the 2010s.
I mean, inflation
was still like mesmerizing to me that like someone my age is able to do that. And even like, you know, you charge some of us.
Oh yeah, so the Xbox, so I would hack the Xbox DVD drive, right? I would charge $25 usually. And make it so they could play burned games. So you torrent Modern Warfare 2 or torrent any game you want, and then you could burn it for like $1. It was so cheap.
This is not illegal at all, by the way.
Oh no, so this is actually so the burning the game is 100% illegal. But we have the statute of limitations. It's been like 10 plus years. We're minors, so we're okay with that. I'm not concerned.
Excused.
But hacking the Xbox was actually very controversial, and like it went pretty far in the courts. I think it's like, do you own this technology so you can modify it however you want? Or is it still like protected somehow? So that was actually pretty controversial. Burning games illegally, 100% illegal. But the actual hacking of the Xbox is, I think, more of a gray area if it wasn't finalized.
It's still, it is a gray area. I think, like when you buy a tool, you pay a company or someone a transaction fee that you've agreed to. $300 for your console.
Exactly.
Then at that point, whatever you do to the piece of
your console, homie, right?
Like but if you buy a hammer and then you make a house with it, like are you obligated to pay the company that charged you for the hammer?
Who knows? But
I'd say no, but companies these days need to make money.
No, they're all on subscriptions now. But that's how we met, right? So we were playing some games. It was fun, and then we didn't go to high school together, right? Different high schools, college, right? University of Washington. We had different roommates initially. I had like a horror story in my first quarter of college. I'm on the quarter system, right? University of Washington.
So 4 quarters a year.
Yeah. And then I had a terrible story, and I looking back, I actually just left. I didn't even tell the RA.
Tell them.
No, because you had a roommate that left, and I'm like, I'm gonna go join you in Colton. So I just took all my shit and left. I think I had to pay like $100 like a fee.
You just never saw them again.
I just left. No, it was so bad, dude. It was such a bad experience with these two random dudes from China, which is like, we were in a non-smoking room. They both smoked heavily. They didn't smoke in the room, but it was all of their clothes. They would never go to class because I guess they had done all the class stuff in China in their high school. So for them, all this, it wasn't new material, it was all review. So they just show up and ace the exams. So they were playing, one of them was actually ranked top 200 in Hearthstone, which was pretty bad. But he was inside playing Hearthstone, and it was just really hard.
Yeah, why'd you stop talking to each other?
The roommates, you mean?
Yeah, you sound.
We never talked to each other to begin with, though. It was just like they were best friends, and I'm just some like random white dude just hanging out in their room with them. It was just an awkward dynamic, and it's also on me too. I was a weird kid when I was like 18, but that's what really bonded us closer, right? We became roommates. We've always been in touch, dude.
Yeah,
right.
It was a fun.
We TA together too. We were both TAs, teaching assistants.
Yeah.
At university.
That's lots of background, lots of hanging out over the years.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're not in Seattle.
No, yeah, so I'm based in New York City. I'm here for Thanksgiving now.
Literally a West Coast and an East Coast.
Yeah, we're bi-coastal.
Bi-coastal.
Very. Just like water and time is also bi-coastal.
Yeah. So there it is.
There it is. So that's kind of what. Anything else to the origin story of us? Any big controversies that we've had?
They can be sprinkled out.
Yeah, that's right. We can't be giving out all the juice.
We're not giving out everything. You gotta come back. We'll give you something new every time.
You gotta bring them back in.
You gotta come back.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm actually very curious about the first discussion that we wanted to do today.
In Japan?
Yeah, we were in Japan for a week together.
I
was there for 4 weeks.
Yeah, Alan actually did like a Japanese language class. And we had been there before, right? We had been in the past together. Yeah. But most recently, that's what happened. So Japanese language class. What else?
It's funny. My barber today. I got a haircut today, and my barber is Japanese, and she asked me, "Hey, since you've been there for 5 weeks,
you were there for a while, yeah, man.
How would I compare what Japan was like when I first went in 2019 compared to now, and the few times over the years that I've gone?"
Oh, that's a good question.
So I thought about it for a minute while she was beautifully cutting my hair.
Yeah, working on those cuts.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to the haircut, but it turned out amazing as usual.
Yeah, you look good. You're beautiful.
But the answer I came up with that was kind of surprising to me was that I feel like Japan, it was essentially the same from 2019 to 2025, except that the only new factor is that I see more foreigners and just more tourism in general. But otherwise, I feel that the Japan from 6 years ago feels to me, and I'm a foreigner or tourist, it feels the same. Yeah. Has felt the same throughout the years.
Yeah.
Just more people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like the Japan, I like going to Japan. I like the culture.
Yeah.
So it's I'm glad that it's still a place that I like. But then I do hear all of the problems that over-tourism brings to a country. Yeah, I mean, economic benefits.
Yeah, let's dive into the tourism in general, just because I think we did look up some numbers. Yeah. I'm actually gonna pull it because I don't want to be speaking and just be lying. So the numbers we had were, first of all, we were looking at pre-COVID because COVID really changed tourism a lot worldwide. So before COVID, I think it was 2019 they hit, and the way they measure this in Japan is 30 million out-of-country visitors a year. So 30 million people went to go visit that were not Japanese nationals. Yeah. And I think it's also, they don't have, they're specifically there for the visa as tourism, right? They're not a student, not for work. I think it's a little bit different. And that was right before COVID, and then it dropped significantly. In 2024, this last year, it went up to 36 million. And it's also, before this, it was climbing. I think I was looking at in 2015, 2016, it was 14 million, right?
It's almost double.
Yeah, and now we're at 36, and then we're already seeing this year, because 2025 isn't complete yet, of a 25% increase month by month on average. So it's they're growing like crazy in terms of tourism.
It's also worth noting that during the whole COVID, the main phases of COVID, 2020, 2021, and then the first half of 2022, Japan closed its borders.
They're restricted
for foreign visitors. Yeah. So really, tourism only started happening again in late 2022.
It was on their website. There's a graphic. It was literally just empty. 2021, I think just no one. Yeah. Which is it's an effective strategy, right? Being an island, you're kind of lucky.
Yeah, trying to contain COVID and whatnot. But it sounds like everyone's been wanting to visit Japan for a very long time. Yeah. Suddenly you couldn't for 2.5 years.
Yeah,
so in 2022, when they let their doors open, and as the news for that became more widespread, hey, Japan's ready to be open for tourism again.
Yeah. So why? Actually, I think it's a thing. There are problems and benefits that come from tourism. And then over tourism, you get a lot of issues, right? If you're not ready to handle it as a country.
Yeah.
But why? Why do you think the increase has been so substantial in Japan? I have a few thoughts too about this, but as someone, because I think you've gone there a lot more than me, you've seen more foreigners there. Do you see something specific they're doing, or do you think there's a big reason as to why there's so much demand? Like, I love Japan too. I've been there a few times. It's awesome.
I think my main source of traffic that I tend to look at is social media.
Okay.
Because if I look at a lot of social media posts, I get a lot of traction. Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatnot that have thousands of comments, hundreds of thousands of likes. There's a pretty popular reason of Japan being very convenient, as if it's living in the future compared to a lot of other countries.
Okay.
In terms of technology, how convenient it is to get around, to get
public transit is like the #1 train system in Tokyo. Yeah.
Right. Public transit, food options, how everyone is nice there.
Yeah, the polite culture.
Yeah, there's a lot of beauty in the country as well.
Lots of nature. I mean, it's like an island, like a volcanic island.
Yeah, and I can't help but think that in the rise of social media, especially during the COVID days, where everyone's on social media,
like
the message, since everyone's on social media, then
during COVID, that's
people get a lot of traffic to their social media posts.
Sure.
I think that, I mentioned that I feel like Japan has stayed the same. To me, as a foreign visitor over the past few years.
The country itself?
Yeah, in terms of
I mean, 6 years is not a lot for a country. Yeah.
But I think that it's just more people are exposed to that knowledge. More people are aware of, hey, this country is really cool to visit.
Yeah.
And so this is what I think contributes to a lot of the rising tourism numbers over the past few years.
Yeah, interesting. I think it's I think that's all completely accurate. I think especially with COVID, you're locked in, you start making plans. And if you ask a lot of people, my dad, a 65-year-old white dude, it's like, where do you want to go if you had to go to one country? He's like, I want to go to Japan. He loves sumo wrestling. Right?
Oh wow.
He watches sumo every day on the national, I think it's NHK is in Seattle. We get the coverage for that. It's the Japanese global news, and he likes it because he's always it's so much more positive. The U.S. news is a very divisive. It's all about controversy because that gets attention. The Japanese news, the way he phrases it, it's always very positive. It's about the world, and he likes that. He loves watching sumo. Yeah, loves sushi. Right. This is kind of my thought process of. I think all that's accurate. Social media has bumped it up, but I think Japan's just done so well. It's a soft power in terms of just getting it out everywhere into culture. You see sushi everywhere in the world you go to. Right. Where's sushi from Japan? Anime. I'm not that's a very serious thing. We've all watched anime. Anime is cool now. Yeah. When we were kids, dude, I wasn't always telling people watching Naruto. Yeah, I'm a shy, nerdy kid. I'm I'm not watching Naruto. Everyone was watching that shit. Now we grew up with that. We have money to spend. We can afford to go over there. I think they've done so well. And video games, right? Is Genshin Impact Japanese? No, that's Chinese.
It's Chinese.
My bad. Okay. But there's some big Japanese games. We're playing the Naruto game, Dragon Ball Z games, right? Yeah. Pokemon blew the fuck up. I think there's been such a the soft power, just stuff that we interact with every day. I was watching so much anime during the pandemic. I think that really does inspire people. Same reason why in the U.S. with Hollywood, U.S. blew up. The soft power of just getting your content out there and your culture.
So cultural phenomenon as well.
Yeah, I think it's also a samurai. That's how it's fantasized around so much in the U.S. The samurai culture, right? It's it's cool as shit, dude. And it's very. They keep all of it really well intact over there as well. You can go to a museum and see all of it. I think that's really cool, but I think that's one of my thoughts of why. Food, I think entertainment, and it's just boomed around the world. Yeah,
and when people go there, if they have a good time there, they'll come back and tell people that, hey,
absolutely,
this was a great place to visit.
Yeah.
I want to visit again. Join me next time.
Yeah, that's true. Just through word of mouth as well. And social media, I feel just explodes that, right? It's just the whole world, you can tell.
Yeah. The other thing, from an economic point of view, is the yen, the strength of the yen over the past few years as well. Yeah. Being as weak as it is.
That's a really good point.
Compared to a lot of
they've been in
the dollar.
Yeah, they've been in the stagflation since they're just not having a good time. I think it was in the 80s, 90s when they peaked, and they've had a crash they still are suffering from today. But the yen's weak. Yeah.
It's clear that if it's cheaper at a different place, that would bring more people
100%.
coming there.
100%.
I guess something else I wonder is if the yen wasn't as weak,
yeah,
would we see maybe a decline in tourism numbers.
Probably. I think
Yeah,
definitely
that probably makes sense because if someone is saving up all of their money for this trip, this vacation trip, and suddenly they tell us, hey, it's 33% more expensive now.
Dude, yeah.
That would probably turn someone off to go into the country.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's also you have a lot of I think that's another really good point is the economic difference is in the U.S. I know a lot of tourism in Japan I saw were Chinese people, right? China's so close, they've had such a huge economy boom last 30 years. They have spending money.
Might change with some recent news between tensions with
I saw that today.
Japan and China over Taiwan.
I saw that. Taiwan and Japan actually have like an interesting relationship. Like in World War II and stuff, I think Taiwan was kind of seen as like the little brother. They didn't get the same treatment that China got, where Japan was pretty rough, conquering parts of Asia.
Yeah, there's the Nanjing.
The
massacres there.
But so I think Taiwan never experienced that, and like if you even go over to Taiwan, you see that the train system was actually a direct copy. It feels like from Japan, and so you see all the infrastructure changes that probably came from Japan. So I think Japan and Taiwan are kind of buddies. So that's another part of the reason tensions are escalating.
I can see why when China claims Taiwan is its own, then
Japan's
a little.
And also like Japan is the U.S., but that's another discussion. I think the tourism, that's kind of the background as to why we think it's gotten better. But what was it like in terms of when you have such a rapid increase of tourism, where you can't really predict that or you can't handle all of it? What are some of the negatives that we've seen over there?
We end up with a lot of crowdedness. That's the main thing. I think that's really the main thing.
Let's go.
The system can't handle so many people. Then it becomes a bit less convenient for people already living there.
Exactly.
Your daily commutes are not as good because you're surrounded by more people for more of the time. Perhaps that. Especially in a homogenous country like Japan, seeing more foreigners can have, with different cultural values, can have put different perceptions on the locals' minds.
Yeah, change is always scary, dude. 100%.
Yeah, whether it's good or bad or whatever. Change is like something to. It is like something to pay attention to.
I mean, let's get into our actual story then, because we'll talk about. We just came back from a week in Japan. Now I do want to highlight, but before that, we're talking about over tourism. We've seen that in Kyoto, right? I think Kyoto is the perfect example.
One thing is comparing Kyoto from 2019 when I went, and then 2024 was last time we went there. That was the first time going to Kyoto. Definitely way more. I noticed definitely it's much more over tourism happening. I was wondering. I felt that way more in Kyoto than Tokyo.
100%.
I think mainly because Tokyo is more of a dense place already. 20 million people plus in the city. 37, 40 million if you include the general suburbs. But Tokyo's always been dense to me. There's always people in Tokyo. Whereas with Kyoto, it's way more, let's say, chill.
It's not like an economic power hub, dude. Tokyo is in New York City. It's the same thing, right? It's huge. It's been urbanized that way. Kyoto didn't see that growth. It's just been the same. Their population, I would say the population probably hasn't increased. It's probably decreased. But the tourism has increased substantially. So that's, I'm guessing, the change that you see there. The difference.
I do wonder why Kyoto specifically.
I think Kyoto is just known as because that was the OG capital, right? Was it called Edo or it was? I was just confused.
During the Edo period, I think that's when they moved the capital from Kyoto.
Tokyo. Okay.
Tokyo.
But it's the old capital. We've both been there. You have lots of cool shrines. The red gates are famous. I think on social media you mentioned that. You see that all over. I was with my girlfriend. We saw someone being proposed to at the red gates. It is beautiful.
Wow.
But it's just it's so crowded. It's crazy. And I think that's it. I think it's this cultural phenomenon over there that Japanese people go visit too, right? It's not just American or Chinese or European tourists going over there. It's the Japanese tourists are going to see their own place. I feel like as us, I know a lot of, especially on the East Coast because I've been living there, everyone goes to Washington, D.C. That's part of a normal field trip. For us, being on the West Coast, we didn't really do that. But they all do trips to Washington, D.C. I think it's kind of like that in Japan. All these kids, they go to Kyoto to go see, this old school stuff and their own history. And then the whole world sees that. It's beautiful. It's a cool culture already. Let's go to this place that represents like old school Japan, and it's Kyoto.
Yeah, one of like the really unfortunate things I see is a lot of local Japanese schools canceling their field trips to Kyoto.
To Kyoto, yeah.
Specifically because there are too many people there.
Yeah.
And so you have like traditional Japanese schools that have had a tradition of making these annual or biannual field trips with their students, to one of the coolest places in Japan. That's directly negatively affected because of the over-tourism happening in Kyoto.
Yeah, it's like you're seeing a real effect, right? Like you're seeing a real effect of the negative consequences of over-tourism.
It brings in a lot of money to the country. Like,
well, that's the whole thing about tourism, right? It's like it makes so much money.
So much. So as a country, it's definitely financially incentivized to encourage tourism.
Even like I would think for local shop owners and stuff too, like you might lose that local feel. And it probably depends on who you ask, right? But you might lose this local feel of your customers. But if you're constantly swamped, I was just at Pike Place in Seattle. Yeah. They're constantly swamped with customers. Like I'm sure they don't have the same local customers they had 50 years ago, but they're making so much money. And so for some of them, they probably see that like it's a huge benefit. I think that's one of the benefits of tourism is these local shop owners. They do really make a lot more money. But you're losing people. You're losing your old locals. So
I think in Japanese culture, it's especially from a homogenous point of view, it's they like appreciate them, their culture a lot, because it's like a shared culture amongst a group of people.
Yeah, I think it's all culture, right? People really respect it.
With somewhere like America, like there are a bunch of different, way more cultures.
That's a good,
cultures.
You make a good point there. It's like Japan is homogenous. It's not like the U.S., right? A huge chunk of them are Japanese, right? Yeah. So it is different. Everyone's following the same culture. It's probably why everything's so amazing and efficient over there. Like the trains and how everything's clean. Everyone grows up with that culture.
There definitely needs to be something done about over-tourism because the fact that it's over-tourism.
I mean, that's a negative thing, right, when you say that. Like people can't go on their field trips to go visit their capital. Like their old school capital. Like that's a problem. Yeah.
But like, what are like solutions or ideas to help combat the issue?
Yeah, we can talk about that for a little bit too. So like, I think that's a big point. Is like the one thing is like the Japan economy has not been as amazing as other places, right? The yen's kind of weak. You're seeing a lot of over tourism over there. Too many people are going; they can't handle it. Kids are losing their field trips. How do they solve it? I think it's a really hard problem because they would have probably done it by now if it was just that easy. I think one thing is like to limit, and I think they're probably going to do this in Kyoto, is you limit the number of tourists that can show up. You can do that financially by making things way more expensive if you are a tourist, right? For me in New York City, because I'm a resident, I can go to the Met and stuff like that. It's cheaper or for free. It's like donation based. Whereas if you're a tourist, you have to pay $30 to get in. I think that is a way. So just this economic incentive. You can even do like a physical lottery. I think Machu Picchu has this problem in Peru, and you have to actually enter a lottery now to try and get over there and to go see it.
Wow.
So that's the way. You can physically just hard cap it, or you can do like a soft economic thing where you just charge people way more money if they're a tourist. Which might help. It might reduce numbers. Those are some solutions.
Yeah, another thing could be encouraging to see more areas of Japan, which we saw a new area in our last trip a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we gotta get into storytelling.
Yeah, there are a lot of beautiful places in Japan.
Absolutely.
But if I look at Reddit posts of people asking what kinds of things to do when they visit Japan for the first time, there's the golden trio, like the golden route.
Oh, like Osaka,
Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka.
Yeah.
And so if we see that a lot online, then that's where most people will go.
Because you're probably not going there too often, right? You go a couple times, maybe for a week or so.
Yeah, they're all great places, but
they're worth going to.
Yeah,
like they really are.
For sure. But you have other places that are nearby, like the Naganos, the Sendais.
The Sendai was lit too. I love Sendai.
The Kyushu area. So I think that could be another thing. Encouraging, maybe by making ticket prices cheaper to go to those areas.
Oh, yeah. So this is like the economic point, right?
Yeah, that could be like an economic thing.
Which would probably help them. I know. So we can get into what we just did too this last week. or not last week, but what was this, like last month when we were
last month.
We were over in Tokyo, not Tokyo, but Japan for a week. We were in Fukushima.
Yeah.
And one thing that was really fun for me is like I was planning most of the trip out, and like you go to these tourism websites that are run by like Japanese people, but they really are trying to get more people, like more tourists, to come to Fukushima. One of the onsens I booked for us, so that was we were there for a week. We rented a car out from Tokyo. Fukushima is north, right? We were on the bullet train for like an hour
and a half.
An hour and a half, and we took a bus. Remember that? We took a bus.
Yeah, it was like, was it 2 hours? Or
Yeah.
minutes?
The bus was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't like know exactly which stop to
We
go.
got on the bullet train and it was like we were not in the touristy spots anymore, right? Like it's all Japanese.
Yeah, it's like,
we have no idea where the fuck we're going. Nothing is labeled.
Yeah.
Like you're just supposed to know.
And I'm a little too shy to use Google Translate. I'm a little too stubborn.
I'm the one walking up to people.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out which bus stop to go to. But yeah, we got off the bullet train because it's just not a well-known stop. Was it Aizu?
Kawama?
Yeah, something like over there. No, we took a bus there. We got off and anyway, it wasn't a main stop.
Yeah.
So we get off there. We have to try and find a bus to go up to this other city, to Aizu, and it was just a hard time. And we were the only foreigners, right? That was like a beautiful thing again because it's kind of fun to see that when you're at the place. You're the only foreigner around there. It does feel like you're getting the right, more authentic experience, maybe. So that was crazy. We rented a car out, driving on the other side of the road. A little scary at first. We both did it. We both did great. The car was like really cute.
Yeah, after a few hours,
you
get used to driving on the left side of the road.
Yeah.
In the right side
of the car. Yeah. And then when you're making a left turn, it's like really short. When you make a right turn, you have to actually go out in the lane and like turn. And people there are really nice and respectful.
There has to be some science that explains like why we have such a struggle staying centered and steering to the left.
Yeah, because we were just on the other side. Like, we're just so used to being on the left side of the car.
Yeah.
So you're used to like the way being in the middle, you're on the left a little bit. It's just different. Yeah. It's just different for us.
But yeah, Fukushima,
it was awesome.
The countryside, just driving around, the views.
Yeah.
A lot of the farmlands that we see.
Yeah, I could smell.
Sort of like the lack of people, like in such.
Yeah.
When there's so much space. It's a very different vibe.
It's like a very non-Tokyo thing, because Tokyo is so compact and so, what's the word? Dense, right?
Very dense.
In terms of people. And so that's one thing. So it's like, I was planning this trip, I was looking at these websites, and it's like Japanese tourism, it's like, come hang out over here. And Japan sponsors it, right? So it's like, Japan did all the translations, I'm sure, or some part of it, like the tourism bureau. And it was really well done, and like, go visit these parts of Fukushima. And I feel like if you look that up for Tokyo, it's just, there's so much more out there. Like, it's so hard. You can probably find a list if anyone's put out about going to Tokyo, what to do there. But it was kind of fun actually following like the Japanese advised tourism list. Like, go see these areas in Fukushima. Yeah. It just felt more like real. It's like, oh, this is benefiting, this controlled. They know where the tourists are going. It'll be a good time. And so I kind of like that. It was cool.
So is that where you found like the places that we went to, like the
correct,
like the castle, the samurai village.
The samurai village, yeah. And like the other, even the Ginsen Onsen, which was like it wasn't in Fukushima, but when we drove up there. But even like the Fukushima, like the place where the onsen that we stayed at, was actually on that website. It was on the tourism website. It was awesome. Yeah. It was a great experience. So what's what we did? We rented a car out. We stayed kind of in the mountains at an onsen, which is like a Japanese bathhouse. And it was just, I think the first one was 2 nights, right?
Yep.
Our breakfast was included. They had 4 baths, 5 onsens, in their own thing. And then you could walk to their like partner onsen.
Yeah.
And in that one you could like, I keep saying onsen. So onsen is the actual bath,
It's
right?
the hot springs.
It's the hot springs. So there are 5 onsens. What is the actual place we stayed at? Is it the Ryukan? Ryokan, okay.
Yeah.
So we were staying at a Ryokan. And they had a partnership with the other ryokan, and we could go over there, and they had 2 baths, right?
Yeah.
So it was just like the most chill time. You get there, you dress up in their like, I guess like a Japanese robe.
Yukatas, yeah.
Yukata.
We wore yukatas.
You get slippers on. You're walking around with a little like tote bag with all your stuff. You're seeing a lot of penises. You get naked. You get in the onsen. You wash yourself, and it was cool. It was just so relaxing. The fact that food wasn't like the breakfast was so good. They have like snacks and they have like free sake during the day. You can have it, free snacks and all of that. And it was just a chill vibe.
Yeah, to me, what makes those kinds of trips worthwhile is when you've put in a lot of work to something, like maybe your job, or you worked on a project, or your hobbies or something. Where you put effort in, and then now it's like this is like a reward for the effort that you put into something.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you get a good chill.
Yeah, after like the weeks of learning Japanese.
That was the point of the trip, was to celebrate Alan.
That was very rewarding for me.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to do some gym sessions in there, right?
We had like a couple body weights. That was one thing if they didn't have a gym. I feel like everyone's so spoiled.
It's a little difficult, right? To
like, I forgot we did a resistance band too. We did a run in Sendai. Right?
Would you say that you should definitely get a rental car in the areas?
I think if you're going to Fukushima, you don't need to. I was looking into this, and that was a debate. Like internally, was do we get a rental car? We even discussed it. They have buses that go everywhere, but we had all of our luggage, and it's not Tokyo. You don't have that amazing train system. And I think it's really worth it to get a rental car. And so for our trip specifically in Fukushima, where we drove so much, right? We drove probably 3 to 5 hours a day, even of going to different areas and stuff. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna move that much. You're gonna see all these different sites. Get a rental car, and it's cheap over there. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, well, we were also moving between different cities, but I guess if we stay in a specific city, then taking the public transit system would be
probably
more sufficient.
But even remember when we were in Aizu?
Yeah.
We were walking on the street. We were the only ones doing it.
Yeah, we're.
Yeah, I think you have a car. Actually, I'm changing my mind. I'm not saying no. I think you probably have a car. I think it's just not because that's right. We actually walked around when we got off the bus to go to the rental car place. We're the only people on the street walking.
In the rain.
And it's very open. It's just like the suburbs.
Yeah, there's probably some more research we could do, maybe, but
nah, that's not.
No.
Yeah, you'll be out here throwing away opinions.
Boy.
Yeah. It's more fun though. You can't be fact checking everything. Come on.
Yeah, but Sendai, you definitely don't need a car for.
Sendai, you don't. You're right. So I think it's like Fukushima. If you're going to see all these sites, you're saying the Ryukans.
Yeah.
Definitely go check it out. The first one was at the nice one for 2 days, and we did
in Aizu,
and then went to the Ginsen Onsen area, which was 2 nights there also. No, one night. Just one night. Yeah. And that it was beautiful. The onsen sucked. I had a very traumatic experience. It was like this old school thing, and the actual bath there was not good, but we were saved.
Yeah, thank goodness for sister onsen partnerships.
Yeah, because we went to the other. You
have access to the other.
And that was beautiful.
That one was amazing.
Outside, they had a place where you could just sit and you got totally flat.
Yeah, it redeemed.
It redeemed
the night for you. Will was like,
I was so
like an
sad,
hour or
dude.
2 hours of just like depression.
I was so
after
sad.
putting in so much effort booking this place.
I look at reviews. I get the only one. Everything else was booked out until March. We were there in October.
Yeah.
And I booked it a week before we were there. Everything's booked out for 6 months.
Yeah.
One of them had an opening for the exact night we were there. It was perfect. And I was so happy. And all these websites too, they have their own internal booking system. They're not on Booking.com. They don't need that. They're so well known, especially I think it's among Japanese tourists or other tourists. They have their own internal sites. And so I'm on this trying to use Google Translate, but it sucks at it, and they don't have good translations, and it was such a pain in the ass. I finally get one that's one night is available, and it was expensive. It was $400 USD for one night. Yeah. It was really expensive. It didn't include the dinner was nice though, and the breakfast was nice. It didn't include those. And we could also walk around. It was cool, but I get there and the room. It's just an old school room. It was cool and traditional, but it wasn't the nicest. But it's what you expect. And then I'm okay. I'm so tired.
We drove.
We drove there with the wrong
3 hours in the rain.
Oh, it was
storming.
And it was just
very dark.
We're scared. We drove down there by accident. We had to remember how we had to go back and to get the to find the right parking spot.
Dude.
It took us so long. We went to all the parking lots. So it was a hard time.
I improve my Japanese. Man.
Dude, that was also part of it. Getting there was hard because it wasn't English friendly. It really wasn't. Their instructions were not English friendly at all. If you weren't there, it would have been so much harder for just me to figure that out.
That can be very intimidating for
it's terrifying.
Foreigners.
Absolutely.
Not knowing the language.
Because you don't want to look like an asshole. You don't want to just, which we weren't. We almost said that in that samurai town, which we'll go back to.
Oh boy.
When we were driving, But anyway, I'm saying the scene is just, I was so ready to just hit this onsen and relax. And we get there, and it's just, it was the worst
smallest onsen.
The worst onsen I've seen in Japan. What, do you disagree? Have you seen a worse onsen in Japan?
I've seen a worse onsen in Japan.
And I'm not like throwing shade. I'm like, you should go there. It's still a great place to go to. I'm just saying,
for that kind of money and the effort that it takes for you to get there, if it was just that one small onsen that could fit 6 people at most, I wouldn't do it a second time.
I'm gonna rephrase that first question. Have you seen a worse onsen than that one?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so it's like, and it's a great place. You should still go there. And because they have this like the other partnership with the other like RioCon, we went to that onsen, which was beautiful. Probably one of the best ones. But I didn't know that at the time. So when I get there and it's just off,
Well, now we know.
I just like broke down, dude. I was so sad. I was like, oh, I put all this effort in to give Alan a good time and celebrate his Japanese class. We're in the countryside, we're having a good time. I'm bragging on my friends. I'm like, what are you guys doing next week? I want to be in the fucking countryside of Japan, hot tubbing it up. And I'm so hyped and excited to get there. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, are you serious?
I think that was probably the worst mood I've seen you in.
And like, can you describe me? Because was I angry? Like, what was I like?
It's one of those ones where I'm laughing
to my face.
Because I'm chill.
Yeah.
I was chill. I didn't plan the trip.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
To me, there wasn't any stakes.
Yeah.
But I could definitely tell, like, if it was me in Will's position, I'd be like, damn, this is pretty sad.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do anything. Will's usually, like, you're usually, oh, hey, let's just go do whatever. Let's just, like, go out, go to this place.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Especially when you're traveling, I just try and get out there and go see stuff.
Yeah, no, you did not want to move.
No.
Once we got to the room, the bad room,
oh.
you're just like, let's just sleep and leave early the next morning. And I knew you were defeated.
I was done.
There's
what inspired us to actually go out and go? Because then we went out and we saw, there is a partnership onsen. How did that happen? Did you kick me in the eye? We got to go out and walk around. I don't remember what happened.
I think it was either you or me, but we said, hey, might as well just check out this place.
While we're here, we're here for one night.
Yeah, while you're here. And,
yeah.
I wasn't expecting much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you agreed to it. But I guess you probably had to salvage something.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Anything could have been better than that one. Anything. I'm like, I want to go to the other one. And I wasn't sure too. We weren't sure how.
Yeah, we
were all like, is it gonna be as shitty as this one?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I was fine with it, because I had no expectations. So I said, whatever happens, happens.
And then we get there and it's like a beautiful building.
That was amazing.
Yeah, and it's like
it was one of my favorite onsens.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was totally outside. I think we were the only one. Like a lot of them were outside, but you're still covered from the top. Like you're in a room where you just kind of have a view. Yeah. This one was actually outside, like 360 degrees. You go out there, and rain is falling on you.
That was the best.
It was super.
Having
cool.
snow would have been amazing.
Dude, we'll make it happen.
Hey, but yeah, it was a fun experience.
Thank
you again, bro.
Oh, of course, dude. We'll go there. We'll have more adventures there. Yeah. It's also like I think what I learned is when the rooms that we had were huge, like they weren't bad rooms. They were huge rooms. It was just like that one, the last one we went to where it was really expensive. It was just it was like a historical old building. Like that's why I miss my onsen. Wasn't as nice. The room wasn't as nice. It was just old, and it's something on purpose, right, to preserve what it was like before. So I really shouldn't be that mad about it. Like it was still beautiful.
Oh, but still, I think mainly, especially if you're planning for someone else as well.
Yeah.
Then you also want things to be.
Yeah, there's more hyped, but it was more like a historical thing, and you see that like you're in this old school onsen, and that was cool.
It's nice architecture, of course.
Beautiful.
But the hike of
it inspired. It was the inspiration for the Spirited Away bathhouse, which was a really cool area.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great trip.
Yeah, I think we have some time for the inflation.
Do we? I'm gonna check the time. Maybe we can see that for the next episode about the video game inflation. How are we doing on time? Because I actually lost track.
We have
I think we're probably an hour in. How far?
44 minutes.
Oh, 40. Yeah, I think we can probably wrap it up. I don't want to get into that. Do you want me to?
No, that was a good place to end on. It was a great Japan trip.
It was a great Japan trip.
Great Japan trip.
So yeah, I think that's the big takeaway. Go to Japan.
Yeah, it's very nice to visit.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Of course, I think with the ideas of over tourism, since that's happening, keep in mind to just be more mindful of your surroundings.
And whenever you travel, respect the culture you're visiting.
Yeah, it's a different country that we're going to.
Yeah.
I think it's good to adhere to the cultures and values.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, don't visit the country.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. That's cool. I think it's what was one of the takeaways. We start with our history of water and time. Hopefully we got out there of who we are.
I think it's made me appreciate tours. Like it's made me more open to going on guided tours.
Oh, we're going back to like in Japan, you mean?
Yeah,
like sustainable tours that.
Yeah, but no, just even the whole Kentucky thing.
Oh, having a tour guide.
Yeah, like just because it's an established event that you have for the day.
Yeah.
And it's just nice, and it can set like the foundation for what comes next. Just having something.
Well, some places requires tours, right? I think that is actually a big solution to over tourism. You make tours mandatory. Like I know Machu Picchu. Like I was looking at doing the Incan Trail with my girlfriend, which is like a hike around Machu Picchu for a few days. Yeah. You have to go through an affiliated tour guide who, and maybe you can do it like illegally where you don't do that. But they all have like a check off from the government. They have passes. Yeah. So I think for some things like in Kentucky, you like this little mountain tour or what we call it, not mountain.
There's a cave tour.
A cave, yeah, a cave tour. Some things I feel like in Japan we actually never did any tours, did we? But, yeah.
Yeah,
they have more options.
Yeah, maybe like in the future, I'll.
Well, maybe it's also I think like for the cave you can't just go in there. You have to be with a tour group. So maybe that is even what we want solutions to over tourism. Maybe Kyoto they'll start requiring you to be with a tour group. That would rapidly decrease the number of people because they might not have enough slots. So or parts of Kyoto like the red gates and stuff.
Yeah, I do like going out about things on my own as well. So there's like a balance.
One thing I read about that this one guy on Reddit does when he goes to a new country is he like reaches out to like the universities, and he tries to find like a university student. It's like, yo, I'll pay you, I'll like take you out for a nice meal, and like I'll give you a little bit of money if you can give me a tour of the city for like a few hours, for like my wife and I. And I'm like, that's kind of a cool idea, and like usually university students will probably know. I think they were an English speaker, so like they want English people and. I feel like younger people in other countries usually have a little more English knowledge. And it's like cheap because it's a university student, right? You're helping somebody else out. Yeah. I thought that was a cool idea. Maybe you can see more of like the real day-to-day life that somebody goes through as opposed to like a picture perfect tour. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, tours are very intentional with what they show you.
Yeah.
Probably they're incentivized to present things in a certain way.
Would you ever go on a tour in like North Korea?
Yeah.
So I think the only way you're ever going to North Korea, you probably do a tour,
right?
Yeah. Dude, that was the thing. When I was over in China, so part of this Japan trip, I was also in China for a week. Dude, I think like people go to North Korea. It's like a thing because as Americans, like we're not. Maybe you can go somehow. We actually know one person that went right from university. You remember Jenny?
Oh yeah.
Jenny actually went to North Korea. Yeah, she taught. Yeah, I think it was for her church group. Which is, you don't ever hear about Americans going to North Korea to teach. It's like very different, but. I think you're going there.
If I ever did go to North Korea,
it would be a tour. You probably have to.
Yeah.
Sorry. Every time I was like, the way you phrase like, oh yeah, tours like you're presenting something. It's like North Korea. And you that like the presentation they have is just like.
I was totally hinting. You got the hint.
I jumped to that one. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, well, we'll do next episode. I can talk about a little video game inflation.